Christ is risen. My dear friends, have you experienced God's power in your life? Because Christ has risen, He conquered all of our enemies. He overcame all of our obstacles on the way to God. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome bought spices so that they might go and anoint Jesus. Very early, when the sun had risen, on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb. They were saying to one another, "Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?" When they looked up, they saw that the stone had been rolled back. It was very large. On entering the tomb, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in white robe, and they were utterly amazed. He said to them, "Do not be amazed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, the crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Behold the place where they laid him. But go and tell disciples and Peter, he is going before you to Galilee. There you will see him as he told you." Then they went out and fled from the tomb, seized with trembling and bewilderment. They said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. My dear brothers and sisters, there once was a farmer who had a piece of land which he used to grow his crops. Every year he had to start in springtime and work through the fall. The ground was very good, but there was one problem. In the middle of that field lay a huge boulder, which caused for the farmer all manner of hardship. Many a time he broke his equipment while trying to work around that boulder. Many times he tripped and fell because of that pesky rock in the way. The boulder was making the farmer miserable, and it was tough to work on that field. One time, after many years, the farmer tripped and fell yet another time. In anger, he took his hoe and smashed it against the annoying rock, at which, lo and behold, the rock cracked into pieces, and joyously the farmer was able to finally haul all those pieces away from his field. All of us have boulders in our lives that seem so huge, so overwhelming, boulders that prevent us from having a peaceful and happy life. But even more importantly, we have many obstacles in our life on our journey of discovering this awesome and wonderful God. In the gospel reading today, we hear of the women who went to the tomb where Jesus was buried. They wanted to do this last lovely thing for their Lord, whom they loved so dearly. But on the way, they realized something very problematic, which was the large boulder was blocking the entrance to the tomb, preventing them from their Lord. However, the physical boulder was the least of their concerns. I know these women were complaining about the boulder, but inside there was something much deeper, sadness, which they could not deal with or even know how to. Many men experience that in their marriages. When, for example, we, God forbid, leave dirty socks on the floor and the wife goes ballistic on us. It's not about the socks, but rather something else. When that happens, usually there's always something deeper bothering our women. And our job as husbands, of course, is to find out to the best of our ability. in our case, the two Marys and Salome experienced a huge loss of a close friend, mentor, their Messiah, the person who gave meaning to their lives. The boulder that was barring them from their beloved teacher was sadness and despair. They had broken hearts, and these are not easily fixed. But these broken and saddened hearts rejoiced when they encountered an empty tomb, when they heard the good news from the angel that their Savior has risen and is alive. In so many ways, we are like these women from the gospel today. For we too have huge boulders in our lives, obstacles that prevent us from encountering our Savior and experiencing His love, His grace, and power in our lives. Sometimes these obstacles may seem huge. In fact, so huge we can't come around to conquer them. And what are these obstacles? Sometimes it may be a sin that we do not know how to overcome. It may be an unforgiving heart caused by a betrayal of someone close to us. It may be an addiction which we can't seem to break. It may be an illness or depression in us or those we care about. That's the truth, friends. We all have boulders that at times seem unbreakable or unmovable. We all have problems that may seem unsolvable. Just like the women today, we wonder who will roll away the stone for us, for it is way too much to handle. But as it says in the gospel, the women looked up and saw that the boulder was no more, that the truth was out. Jesus is risen, and the boulder we could never overcome, death, was defeated now. The evil that may seem so overwhelming in this world, which did try to murder and destroy Jesus and what He stands for, it failed. Jesus showed us all that He is the one who can roll away those boulders, who will overcome anything and everything that is making us less than what we are created to be. My friends, let us stop putting so much focus on the boulders that plague our lives. I know there are many. I know some of them seem so difficult. But the good news is that there are no more obstacles to God. For Christ destroyed them all. And if you are holding on to your boulders that crush your life, you need to let Jesus crush them into pieces with His awesome resurrection power.